Soon as the boy opened the door, he found countless meteorites floating in front of him. He couldn't believe his own eyes. He cautiously looked down the steps. What he saw was an endless river of stars. He spat out his saliva. The saliva lost its gravity and floated in the air. Such a scene is simply too shocking. And all this happened. It's an old game of Gong Gong. Brought them here. They now have to pass all the levels in the board before they can return to Earth. Otherwise, they will be trapped in space forever. Danny's brother could only continue to turn the game's dice. At that moment, a card popped up. It reads that a meteor shower is coming. The next thing you know, there's a meteor shower raining down on the living room. It rained down from the ceiling. The brothers were so scared that they ran away. Black holes of all sizes appeared on the floor. When the meteor shower was over, the two boys looked up again. Through the ceiling, they found that the stars above were so bright. They rushed to tell their sister Mary about it. Told their sister Mary. However, the unaware sister thought the two brothers were lying. She closed the bathroom door. But the next second, a card popped up in the game. And then, a biting chill emanated from inside the bathroom. The older brother, Walter, had a bad feeling. He hurriedly pushed the door in. He found their sister, Mary, frozen in place. Even her expression was frozen. The two brothers had no choice but to finish the game as quickly as possible. As soon as Gangari's ship reached the end of the line, everything would be back to normal. Brother Walter spins the dice. A card pops up. It shows that his robot has malfunctioned. And then, a small robot came out. The next moment the robot became hundreds of times bigger. The robot began to hunt the brother. At this point, the brother rushed to turn the dice of the palace grid, because cannot read and write. The brother hurriedly got the card. It reads, they are approaching a planet's gravity field. And at that moment the house began to tilt. The house was moving towards a planet full of volcanoes. The whole house became shaky. The planks were separated. At this point the robot was thrown on the side to create a short circuit. But fortunately, the game has a time limit. The moment the brothers were about to fall into the planet, the house breaks free of the gravity field. Walt continues to spin the dice. The card popped out and allowed him to move forward 4 more steps. When Danny finished spinning the dice, his brother got the card. It showed that a gargoyle would be visiting. Immediately afterwards, a blinding light appeared in the back. The ship appeared in front of the two children. Suddenly the ship extended its cannon barrel. It attacked the house with a fury. The shells hit every corner of the room. The house was in shambles. Walt rushed to turn the dice. It says reboot. The brothers didn't know what it meant. The brother hurriedly took out the card. He said to the ship, restart. But it didn't help. The house was still hit by the ship mercilessly. The brother rushed to continue turning the dice. The card suggests that a space ninja will appear to help them finish the game. Outside the door, a spaceman in an astronaut suit appears. The astronaut knows everything about the place. He instructs the two children to put out all the burning gas bulbs so that the gargoyles would stop attacking if they couldn't see the light. Then the astronaut lights a couch and throws it out. The gargoyles were attracted. They began to move in the direction of the fire. While this is happening, the brother moves the pieces. The top of the card shows automatic ejection. Suddenly, he was ejected from the house by a force from below, drifting towards space. The astronaut rushed to put on his equipment and saved Walt. The brother proceeded to turn the dice. The piece takes 2 steps back. Turn again. The piece moves forward 9 steps. A golden card appears. He can grant Walter a wish. With the passing of a shooting star, Walter's wish was for a football. And there was a star's autographed picture on it. The brother thought the brother was stupid. He could have wished for the game to end. Instead, he asked for a fucking ball. They're about to argue. The astronaut rushed to comfort them. He told his own story. He played this game with his own brother 15 years ago, and he also got a wish. In order not to fight with his brother, he wished his own brother had never been born. So the wish came true. However, without his brother's participation in the game, the astronaut could never return to his home. He has been surviving in the darkness of space for 15 years. Now he feels very guilty. And suddenly the gargoyle returned to the living room again and took the game away from him. In order to get the game back, the brothers lit a fire in the house to attract the gargoyle. And at that time Mary also woke up from the ice cave. She noticed a burning smell. She rushed downstairs. When she went out to see, what she saw before her made her yell and scream. Spacemen told Mary to calm down. And now the gargoyles are mercilessly destroying the house. Danny, the younger brother, cautiously arrives at the gargoyle's ship. What he saw was a herd of goats trapped. The goats are trapped here. He began to pity the goats, but when the goats turned their heads and showed their 4 eyes, his brother Danny was stunned. He rushed to find the gargoyle game. When the gargoyle turned around, he stole the board. When he returned to the house was filled with gargoyles, and the robot had awakened. The robot brutally choked Walter. At that moment, Walter suddenly thought of the restart card in his pocket. He placed the card in front of the robot's eyes. The robot's program was finally repaired. The robot started to attack the gargoyles, destroying both of their ships. The brother rushed to turn the dice, and ended up taking a step back, waiting for the brother to turn again, and found a golden card. He can make a wish again, and Walt did not choose to let the game end. He was very grateful to the spaceman for his help. He let the astronaut brother back to his face, but what he didn't expect was, the astronaut's brother actually looks exactly like his brother. It turns out that spaceman is the same Walt as a child. Now they finally know the truth. Astronaut told Walter to bring their brother home safely. Then the spaceman disappeared in the form of Walter. But now, hundreds of gargoyle ships came towards their house. They begin to attack with gunfire. The brother rushed to turn the dice, and only one step forward. And the card says, travel the whole star? Then let's move forward 9 more steps. Finally the pieces reached the end of the line. The brother won the game. Under the fire of countless gargoyles, their house was torn to pieces. Suddenly a huge black hole appeared in front of them. The black hole sucked them all in. Finally they returned to Earth safely. Then the last card popped up. It said the game is over. Thank you for your participation.